Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going over a Secret Lair drop that is a collaboration. The collaboration is called National Association of Latino Arts and Cultures called Nuestra Magia. If you can't tell, this is a Spanish collaboration and I do not speak Spanish, so again apologies for the entire video of me butchering names. This drop is all about celebrating magic, cultures and amazing artwork. So let's answer the question, is this worth buying? Or by the time this video is out, is it worth getting on the secondary market? In this video I'll be going over the entirety of the Secret Lair, going over each of the cards, talking about what the art of it, what the card does, and to answer if the cards are playable, worth it, good, collector's art pieces, to then overall answer the question, is this worth buying? When it came to the Secret Lair, you could get it in foil and in non-foil, but also you could get it in English and in Spanish. So overall there was 4 variations of it. You could get them in non-foil in English and in Spanish, and then you could get them in foil in English and Spanish. Which I think is a cool collaboration because even the cards, the language on them kind of changes the art a little bit in my opinion. So let's talk about the first card. The first card being Absol, siempre, generosa as Tireless Provisioner. For 2 generic and a green, you get a creature elf scout that is a rare, has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a food token or a treasure token. Turning a landfall elf into a sweet old lady that is making food is absolutely amazing in my opinion. This is a great commander card because there's a lot of powerful food decks and there's a lot more powerful treasure decks, where this elf goes really well in. Plus it's an elf deck, so even as a elf there's so many powerful just straight out elf decks. So this card is amazing in a large amount of potential decks. The name and the art radiates cultural pride and nurturing energy, with also the flavor text adding that extra spice. Because even me being younger, I could never leave my nana's house without her feeding me or sneaking me 10 or 20 euro. This card is a great start to this drop. But the second card I'll be going over is called abundancia de Yúcahu, or Sylvan Library. For 1 generic and a green, you get an enchantment that is a rare. At the beginning of your draw step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you do, choose 2 cards from your hand drawn this turn. For each of those cards, pay 4 life or put the card on top of your library. Sylvan Library is one of the most powerful green cards in Magic the Gathering. It is so powerful and so good, especially in a lot of green-white decks where you get a lot of life. Nearly every green player I've ever known has absolutely loved this card and always tried to get their hands on it. The art is vibrant and divine. I really do like the colour scheme of this art, especially the pastel leaves on top of the card. This card feels like it's dripping with spiritual powers, and from my knowledge, it's been a while since I looked at this card, this is an expensive reprint. It is absolutely amazing to see this included in this Secret Lair. In terms of gameplay, it already works really well with the previous card because you're drawing more, so you're getting more lands or a higher guarantee to get a land in your hand. So again, this is amazing. Paying for life for that extra land drop, especially with 1 being food, so you get that little bit of life back, is a really good combination of the 2 cards. Whether you want it for the value or the vibes, this is a great card to be put into the Secret Lair. But now let's go into the third card called Pasto de Selva, or Ancient Greenwarden. For 4 generic and 2 green, you get a creature elemental that is a mythic, has reach. You may play lands from your graveyard. If a land entering causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time and is a 5/7. This already seems like it's building a deck for you. This plus the library plus the elf, you get 2 food tokens or 2 treasures or a mix of either or. Again, this card is amazing to put into this deck. Again, this card is amazing to put into this Secret Lair. Never mind with the landfall elf, this lets you play lands from your graveyard. But also with Sylvan Library, if you put it on top of your library and then pull cards from your library into your graveyard, you're still able to play them lands. So again, this card for its first and second ability with a landfall elf that has a landfall ability that lets you play them is a really good combination. Whenever I see anyone build a landfall deck with a green pip in it, they always put this card in. Decks like Omnath and Titiana, or any budget green ramp deck. The art isn't as bright and as colourful as the previous ones, but I do appreciate it. It still gives that spiritual feeling, and especially because it's called Ancient Greenwarden, I do think that the card art itself shows an ancient presence. But next we're on to Ladanza, Dell, Publo, or Expressive Iteration. For a blue or red, you get a sorcery that is a rare. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand. Put one of them on the bottom of your library and exile one of them. You may play the exile card this turn. This card is usually seen in Modern or Pioneer, but is still quite a good to okay commander card, mainly in Spellslinger decks. This card is a technical strategy spell. I'm personally not liking this because so far it seems to be a very good green deck with other things added on, where this is a red-blue spell kind of out of nowhere. The artwork is really bright and colourful. I'm not the biggest fan of it, I find it too much. To me it seems like they were going for a good feel, a good theme, and then this just sidetracked it a good amount. But I do see people appreciating the art, that this card will go really well in cubed or in your collection. But next we're on to Lelay Deaku, or Xenagos, God of Revels. For 3 generic, a red and green, you get a legendary enchantment creature god that is a mythic. It is indestructible. As long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, Lelay Deaku isn't a creature. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains haste and +X/+X until end of turn, where X is that creature's power and is a 6/5. I think this would have gone well originally before the Izzet card joined. I was fine with it being a pure green Secret Lair, but if they added this to be, we'll say, your commander of the deck, because again I can see this being very powerful, using it to ramp a creature up with the food or treasure tokens, playing a bunch of lands, having a big massive hand, playing big green creatures that you then get to double the power and toughness of because of this card. This would have been a great commander to build around. If they'd done a similar thing to a red-green card when it came to the Izzet one, it would have been spectacular. I absolutely love this art. It's a little bit too busy, but I really do like a giant mountain lady where you get to see a face emerging from the sky at the same time, like she is the one doing it. When I see this card, if it was someone's commander, it will show me how powerful a deck this potentially could be, because the art comes off with a powerful presence. This is easily one of the most unique ways to see this card, and I absolutely love it. But then we're on to Chancla, relámpago, or Lightning Greaves. For 2, you get an artifact equipment that is a rare. Equipped creature has haste and shroud, and it costs 0 to equip. I do find it a little tiny bit of a sellout when it comes to this, mainly because they have really good powerful cards, and then they have Lightning Greaves. Nearly every player I know loves Lightning Greaves because it is a very powerful card. However, in a premium product, I've seen it a fair few times, and I'm kind of not the biggest fan that they do this. The same with Sol Ring. #spoilers. I do think the artwork is absolutely breathtaking and still kind of goes on what the theme I originally liked was, where you're playing a big, well now red-green deck. Lightning Greaves goes really well with that, because again, if you're playing something big and don't have your commander on the field, this is a second good shout out for it. The artwork is hilarious. I do love the little flip-flops, or the lightning flip-flops. I think they should have called it that, but again, the line at the bottom is kind of like hilarious too. I really do like how the flip-flops and the bird glows in that nice little blue light, showing that the person is going to pretty much run fast. It is that classic when you were a kid, someone that had the light up shoes is definitely going to be the fastest guy in your class. This card is a blend between humour, tradition and power all in one card. And then we're on to the little spoiler card I mentioned, Soul Ring. For one, you get an artifact that is a rare, tap, add 2 wastes. Sadly, we live in a Secret Lair world that Soul Ring is in way too many things. It is in way too many decks, way too many sets, and now way too many Secret Lairs. There's way too many variations of this card. However, I'm also not complaining. The only time I complain about getting a Soul Ring is in a Secret Lair, mainly because, again, you can get it anywhere, so putting it in a premium product is a bit But then sometimes there's that Soul Ring in a Secret Lair that is in a beautiful, beautiful art that makes me just want to go, yeah, I am my own words, I want that. I would have liked this a little bit more, but I do find that Izzet card is the little thing that is annoying me every time I think of this. I would have personally, or potentially, bought this Secret Lair going, cool, I want to build a deck around this, and this is like my intro to it. How am I going to build it? Having a Soul Ring in then would have been fine. It's the Izzet card that makes me go, nah. Soul Ring is one of the most known, or the most known Magic card that nearly every player has. If you are a Magic player and you don't even know one Soul Ring, you're a unicorn. I say someone out there has a binder just of the different Soul Ring art, so again, this is more of a collection for you. But if you are just getting it for the Soul Ring, I recommend just buying it as a single on the secondary market. And then finally we're on for the twofer. This is 2 cards that there's not really much to talk about, so I'm doing them kind of at the same time. These cards are Food and Treasure Tokens. Food, token artifact food, common. Tap 2 in it, sacrifice this token, gain 3 life. Treasure, token artifact treasure, is a common, tap, sacrifice this token, add 1 mana of any colour. Personally, I think this is 2 sides of the same coin. One card is absolutely beautiful, showing an amazing bright artwork that's funny. And the second one is kind of depressing. I actually think when it comes to these Secret Lairs, if anything makes it token, you should get the token for free. So for example, if they're like, we're going to make 5 cards, but one of them makes a token or 2, you get 7 cards. I think it should not be counted as a major card, or the secret cards in the back is the 2 tokens in a very nice art. I really do love the food token. If I ever make a deck that needs food tokens, I'll probably get this because the living food having a little party is hilarious. When it comes to the treasure though, I do find it to be very depressing and not my type of card. But now my overall thoughts when it comes to this Secret Lair. This Secret Lair isn't just a Secret Lair. It is one of the, I think, charity event ones that a portion of it goes to a certain thing, which is probably a Spanish event. I really do love when Secret Lairs add other people's cultures and stuff like that to educate and help other players. 90% of these cards are good or okay, or would go really well together, except for the Izzet card, which again, I'm not going over the big spiel I did before. Majority there is beautiful and has a good selection of cards when it comes to power and stuff like that. When it comes to the financial side, I never really care about it. I just usually mention a little bit if I know it for people that do enjoy it. But I got into TCGs just for the fun of it and collecting and art and stuff like that. But I do know that Sylvan Library may have dropped in price, but was roughly €20 when I actually got my hands on one. But this is one of those Secret Lairs that I think people are going to forget about very fast because it's not a normal Secret Lair. Overall, I would give this mainly a 7.2. But now a quick little shout out for my little shop. If you're into TCG and want some awesome gear, I've got t-shirts and hoodies made for fans like us. Designs range from funny and weird to clear and classy, just like most Magic decks honestly. Check it out using the link below, grab yourself something cool to support the channel, and remember to like and subscribe and watch more of my content. And as always, if you like this video, I have the previous video here, another playlist of Is It Worth It Magic Gathering stuff here, and a subscribe button here, and I shall see you all in the next video.